What would you say to somebody out there right now who is giving too many fucks? Like, where do they begin to let that go and to at a you talked about you wish you got to this point at an earlier age. How does somebody who's younger right now listening to this get there if they realize that this is what I want to do. I just want to be me and I'm maybe only 25 years old and I have my whole life ahead of me. What do I do?
Well, two things. I'd first of all say that I'd remind people of that start where you are. You don't, I think if you're 25, quite often, I remember when I was 25, I was chomping at the bit and how am I going to be that thing that I think I'm going to be? I would say start where you are. And if it might be something humble like being a teacher. Like it doesn't matter where you start where you are, and there is ample room to be of impact, to do something meaningful from that place. And you might be unemployed, you might be this or that. That is your place to make the difference. So dial down the stress and the over expectation, and I think this is something that will turn people into a overwhelmed, numb, inactive position, because they actually think they've got to be out here. They've got to be Greta in a day. So that would be the first thing I would say. And then I would say, secondly, the times are perfect for you. The times are calling out for more wildness, and it's appropriate. And you'll be less ostracized today for it than you would have been even 3 years ago. And so I think the world is looking for expressions of bodaciousness and freshness. I think Trump is a bit of an example of how one can come out with whatever wild platform, right? And if you are sturdy in it, then people will flock to you because we are after sturdiness. There's been a lot of wobbliness. Nobody really knows. And the stuff that used to sustain us, like consumerism, is looking very, very wobbly and ineffectual and kind of unnourishing right now. And so we're looking for something that looks better, and it's got to be sturdy. So what I would say is now is a time to allow yourself to experiment with going to your edge, maybe firing up in a different sort of direction. But it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to arrive there straight away. Just start where you are and then keep going and going and going. So it's a twofold thing. Dial down the expectation, but also, which will then enable you to do it anyway, despite the fear. And yes, the times are right. And so Dr. James Hollis, who's an incredible Jungian psychiatrist or psychotherapist, he came up with that phrase that our souls are calling us to an appointment with life. And I asked him when I interviewed him for this book, well, that's at a personal level, at a psychological level. What about collectively? And he said, our souls are actually, our collective souls are calling us to this appointment with life. It's asking us to lift. So listen to those signs. And some of the signs might be dreams. It might be kind of coincidences. It might be disasters like we were talking about before, a life disaster, a slap down. They're often little kind of nudges from our soul going, wrong way, go back, or come on, lift harder. So, yeah, if you can listen to those signs as well, I think it's important.